Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. Commander Leonard here, today with a video on Injustice 2. And this is a game that you guys have been asking me to do, when it came out. And you have been asking me if I was going to get into it. And really, I wasn't very sure at the time, but I decided to download it on Wednesday when it kind of launched ahead of time because it was supposed to come out on Thursday, right? Anyway, so I picked it up. I'm really enjoying this game, so I want to do sort of an initial review and my thoughts on it. We might play a match. I'm not so sure. My iPad is sitting on the table, so I'm not holding it like I normally would, but I might try one just in case, just so you guys see how the game plays out. Anyway, what you're looking at right now, this is the main hub of the game, or the menu if you want to call it that. And this is what it looks like. As you can see, at the very top, you have your name, and then you have your avatar, you have your level, you have your energy for PvE, you've got your gold, you got gems, you have the home button, which of course that's where we're at right now, so it's not going to take us anywhere. And then you can see we have campaign mode, we have operations, arena, we have the store, which is where you see that big starter pack, and you can also click on the sidebar, story mode, challenges, leagues, which is it's in live yet, and then we have resource missions. We're going to talk briefly about each one. If you look at the sidebar, you got objectives. This is basically like your daily missions and also achievements. As you can see, I haven't finished all of them for today, which I'm going to do here when I'm done with the video. And then you have your achievements, of course, as you complete certain milestones in the game. Then you have your roster. So here's my roster right now. I have Dr. Fate 2 stars, so I got very lucky with him. He's at level 22. I have the Horrific Scarecrow. There's two versions of him in game. And this is the one that's called Horrific. He's my only 3-star. Then I have Batman at level 17. I have the Joker, 2 stars at level 16. You can see Harley Quinn. You can see Wonder Woman. Catwoman, which is the character that you received if you pre-register for the game. Cyborg, Swamp Thing, and Deadshot. And you can see ahead here, you have two versions of Superman. You have the armored Superman. You got Batman v Superman. Superman, kind of redundant there. Arkham Knight, Predator, and so on and so forth. So these are some of the characters. Warrior Queen, Wonder Woman. I want to get her so bad. She looks amazing in game. Robin, of course. That's Damian Wayne. Speed Force Flash. That is the event that is going on right now in game. So this is what the roster looks like right now. So you can see that right from the get-go, you have quite a selection of characters to collect and to choose from. So very neat. You can only use 3 at a time in each match. So basically you can train 3 at a time when you're playing. Now, let's go and take a look at campaign. And campaign is just what it sounds like. Now, this is not the story mode. This is basically where you beat stages to get experience, collect gold, and collect different gear pieces, because this game has gears, and I don't remember if the first game did have gears or not. I know that you had like 3 slots where you put like different pieces of gear, I guess you could call it. There were mainly like weapons and stuff like that. In this case, you got 5, and you can actually upgrade the gear also. So you can see this is the Batman stage, and here you can collect gear for Gorilla Grodd, Batman. You get sim tickets, kind of like Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, where you can just auto-complete the mission by using the sim tickets and energy. And of course, you collect gold. So this is the campaign mode. Again, you collect experience and you collect resources here. Now, if you look at the operations is, it sounds like if you ever played Marvel Avengers Alliance, it was like the helicarrier where you would send your heroes out on a mission for a certain amount of time. This is the same exact concept, and you gain experience. Of course, the longer the mission, the more experience you gain, and also you gain resources from it, particularly gold. And these can be upgraded. Mine are at level 5 right now, and when I'm done with the video, I'm gonna probably put in a few more levels into it, because it is really worth taking the time to level these out, because you do get resources and you get more experience for your characters. It's a way to kind of like soft level your characters, because you don't have to play with them to be able to level them up. So for example, if I have a team that I'm using at the time in campaign mode or whatever, then I just sent some other heroes for 30 minutes or an hour or so on a mission, and then the ones that I'm really focusing on, I send on those long missions when I'm not going to play for a long time. Then of course you have your arena, which is your PvP. And here, you know, you obviously would bring in your heroes, and hopefully it won't crash, because That's one of the things I'm going to mention when I get to the pros and cons. It crashes, especially in Arena, it crashes quite a bit sometimes. So there's a leaderboard, and it seems to me, and I'm not so sure yet because I've been playing the game casually, that it resets daily, because daily you get your season rewards, which I just collected right before I started recording. Then you have at the top, you have the Arena store. So here you can actually buy fragments for your heroes, and you can buy gear as well. As you can see here, you find, and these restock every so often, every day. And you can also pay 50 gems to basically restock the store and get different heroes. Then of course you have gear in this other tab, where you can buy gear for the heroes that you have available in the store. So this is a nice way to kind of rapidly get the heroes you want and to gear them up quickly. If you have, of course, the emblems to do so, because in the store, in the PvP store, or the Arena store, that's what they call it, they actually cost these red emblems that you see there on the upper right hand corner of the screen, right next to the home button. Then of course you have find opponents, which is where you would go in and you would put a team together, and because I had sent my strongest characters in a mission, each one before the video, and I didn't put them back on a team, those are the ones that I'm using right now because they're my strongest characters. Of course, I love Dr. Fate, so I don't mind using him, and Scarecrow's actually pretty good. I'm very surprised. I was not expecting him to be nearly as good as he is. And then, of course, the Joker. So anyway, here's where you would find an opponent, and you will go ahead and fight him for, you know, for your place in the arena. Let's go back to the home menu. We talked about operations, talked about arena. Let's take a look here. This is the store. And of course you got special offers. Right now they have the Harley Quinn Suicide Squad Gold Pack available, where for $44.99 you would get a 3-star Harley Quinn. You would get level 5 gear for her all across the board and 2,000 gems. So if it's a character you really like, then you could definitely get her there. Then you have, of course, your gem packs. This is the one they call the Power Pack, and it gives you 1,800 gems, 20 sims, and then 20 XP capsules. So that's the special offers. Right here is what you would come, and where it says free, and you see a timer there. The basic chest, you collect one every 3 hours, and then you can buy hero chests, which give you fragments or give you a full hero for 150 gems. You can buy gems over here. You have different packs of gems and credits. And I keep saying gold, but that's what they call it here, is credits. But basically that's your gold to be able to upgrade abilities and whatnot. Then you have your hero shards, which again, these refresh every day or so, and you can buy different heroes for a certain amount of gems. Alright, so moving on, because I want to, okay, we got the story mode. And right now in story mode, we only have chapter 1, which consists of 4 missions. And it actually is pretty good. I really enjoyed it. Sadly, it was too short, and that's a minor gripe that I have there, but that's really just a minor gripe, honestly, because it was a very, very good story mode. You basically run through it with Batman, and you fight, you know, certain characters at different stages, and of course you see how the story develops here in the game. So chapter 2 should be coming soon enough. I'm hoping, because I can't really wait to get into it. So that's story mode right there. Challenges is locked for me right now because they unlock at level 10, and I'm at level 7 right now. But basically, right now, the Speed Force Flash is the character that you earn from the challenges. Think of challenges just like if you play DC Legends, it's the same concept as hero challenges, where you play stages and you collect fragments for that hero. So that's what it is. Same concept, just in a fighting game. Very cool, and I really can't wait to unlock it. I hope that I can do so before this event, this challenge ends, because the Speed Force Flash is a really cool character from what I've seen. Then you have leagues, which again is still locked. It's not live yet, so I'm assuming that's going to be your guilds, you know, because that's what makes sense, right? And of course you have resource missions. Now these missions, just like they say, you collect resources. Right now, the one that's running right now is the one where you get XP from each XP capsules from each mission. So that's the one that's running right now. It's very helpful if you want to upgrade your characters quickly. And then tomorrow is the credits mission, and as you can see, every day you collect a certain type of XP capsule alongside your basic capsule. Okay, so alright, so let's go ahead and take a quick look at the characters, just so we can talk about what the characters are, because you have several classes. And if you click here on threat, You can filter by class, threat value, and you can reset it. But basically, you have your technical class, then you have your agility class, you have your physical class, which in this case, in this game, I think it's called something different that I can't remember right now. You have this class right here, which is the arcane class, I just remembered, and then you have your metahuman class. So so you have 5 classes in this game, and of course, each class has an advantage over the other class. Okay, and I'm still learning this one. I'm not gonna try and tell you what it is because honestly, I haven't fully learned it. Like I said, I'm learning casually. I'm playing casually. So I'm not really fully invested in the game yet, though I do plan to be fully invested in it. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at Dr. Fate, and we'll explain the characters. So of course, right here you have your character model. You can see the character right there at the bottom. You can see the gears, and once you get a piece of gear, you can equip it here, and you can actually upgrade them also in here. Now when you get a duplicate gear, and let me go to a character that I actually have gears on, so you guys can see what that looks like. And Harley Quinn is the one that everybody starts off with, and the one that you collect gear for the quickest. And you can see here I have 3 pieces of gear equipped. I have not really leveled any of the pieces because she's a character I don't use very often. When you click on details, you can see what this does, and this one, the base effect, it gives her a +10 attack. And of course you can upgrade this, and then at gear level 5 you unlock a slot, and then at level 20, level 40, and each slot gives you different stats or mods to your stats. As you can see, it'll cost 20 materials to upgrade this, and you also see that grayed out button there that says shatter, if you can notice it on the screen. And that's where you can, if you have a duplicate of that particular gear, you can then just break it into components so that then you can use that to pay for other upgrades. So that's the gear. And then you also have abilities. This is obviously where you would go and you would upgrade your abilities to do more damage or to gain better effects. And of course, the higher in stars or in ranks your character is, the better abilities you unlock, or the better benefits you unlock for each one of the abilities. Then you have these things called talents. And talents are pretty much extra boosts to the character. So for example, you can see my Dr. Fate in the first slot has a +5% character XP. Then you have, which is common, you have common, rare, and I think it's super rare or ultra rare. I can't remember right now. Anyway, then you have a +4 critical attack chance. So this, of course, increases the chances for you to do critical damage or critical hits. Okay, and then of course, again, once you level them up in stars and ranking, then you open up these slots to be able to add even more to it. And then of course you can see the stats of your character, so you can see how you're building your character and how strong they are. So that's what the abilities, talents, and stats do. So that's basically the character screen right now. And of course you got a short summary where it tells you the story of the character and what they do. You have at the very top Dr. Fate, Silver. That's the rarity of the character, and then it's the arcane class. So obviously he's a magic character, so that will make a lot of sense. Alright, so let's talk about some of the pros and cons. Let me see if I'm not forgetting anything before I move on. We got the store, which you can access from the sidebar, but we've seen that already. You got your inbox, which obviously is where you would get your rewards, and you would get mail and other goodies. You have your settings right here, where you can see you can control the volume of the sound, the music, damage numbers on and off, push notifications, and power saving mode, which mine is off. But this game actually, interestingly enough, it doesn't consume a whole lot of power, which I'm very surprised because it has really, really good graphics. Alright, then you have achievements, customer support, where you can contact customers, diagnostics, which at the moment is grayed out. And actually I just tapped it, and there it goes. It's basically giving you like the specs of the game and whatnot. And then you have the button if you wanted to go ahead and rate the game and give it a review in the App Store. Now let's talk about some of the pros of this game. This game is an awesome improvement over the first one, I believe. I played the first game, and I think I played it for about 2 months or so before I stopped playing it. Not because I thought it was a bad game, but simply because I don't know, I just couldn't get really into it, mainly because of camera angles and whatnot. And this game improves both in the fighting of the game, and also the camera angles in this game are much, much better. Let's go ahead and get into a match here, and hopefully I can talk and play at the same time. And That way I can give you the rest of my pros and cons. So those are two of the pros. It has awesome graphics, as you're about to see, and it has great ultimate moves. They're very, very fun to watch. We have also class advantage. I don't remember if the first game had class advantages or not, to be honest with you, but I know this game has it, and I think it's awesome because you can strategize even mid-battle. You can switch your characters in and out. Even though in this particular stage that I'm going to go to, your characters are actually locked, so you're basically stuck with whatever character is on screen, which is fine. And then you got lots to do from launch, which I thought it was awesome because I'm still working through it and I'm not even halfway done. All right, let's see if we can play this match right here. So as you can see, that's a Scarecrow, a horrific Scarecrow, and basically you would dash, which I just did, and you would do 3 taps, and then you can do a swipe down, and that would be how you do your combos mainly. And then you go using a special and getting hit in the face. If you saw on the upper right hand corner for Catwoman, when she came on screen, you can see class advantage over Scarecrow. And then now I have the class advantage over Batman, which I just lost because my Scarecrow got switched out. Alright, let's use his third attack. Here we go. And let me see if I can actually, oh, you're going to see a special to my face actually. But that's Batman's special, so you're going to see the ultimate move, I should say. And they're very, very cool looking. Each character has a unique one. And they're, for the most part, I would say, everyone that I've seen is actually very, very, let's use Scarecrows right here. Okay, it's very fitting to the character. So, for example, if Scarecrow, he basically uses the fear gas, mainly, and then you can see this awesome thing that he's doing to Batman right now, where he's smashing him against the ground. Now, some of the cons in this game, as I mentioned earlier, very short story mode with only 1 chapter available at the moment, which in my opinion is just a minor gripe really. I just wanted to keep playing through the story mode because I thought it was very interesting. Sometimes when you're in a match, you see the hits graphically, they don't connect to your opponent, or they don't connect to you, but they still land. So that's kind of a little bug right there that's happening right now in the game. Another thing is that sometimes you got long loading times, especially when I first installed the game. I think I had to wait almost 10 minutes for the game to load, and then even after that, I had some really long wait times sometimes. And when you go to PvP, when you go to Arena, right now I'm tapping and it's not going, so that's another thing. But again, minor gripes, just minor things that can be fixed. I'm just gonna telling you how it goes. But you can see this is PvP takes a while to load, and when you hit find opponents and then you actually try to go into a match, it does take a long time sometimes. Now, frequent crashes on iOS 10, mainly in your arena. When you play a match in arena, mainly, actually for me, it crashes almost every time. I'm not gonna lie. So like I'm playing in an arena match and the game will crash right after I get, you know, the win and whatnot and come out of it. Like it's the screen stays blank and then it crashes. It's also this is a minor gripe, or personally I would have preferred if the game had an on-screen controller rather than swiping mechanics. But then again, maybe swiping mechanics is the best way to go with a touchscreen. I don't know. So that's just something I would have rather have a controller than having to have the swiping mechanic. But again, minor gripe there, nothing major, nothing that's going to break the game. This is an awesome game anyway, guys. So let me know, are you playing Injustice 2? What are your thoughts on it so far? And is this a game that you would like me to cover regularly here on the channel? And what kind of coverage would you like to see for this game? What are some things that, if you want me to cover it, what are some videos you would like to see about this game? Let me know in the comment section below, and if you enjoy the video, guys, feel free to give it a thumbs up, so that helps out the channel a great deal. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing so that you don't miss out on all the great content that I'll be bringing you in the days ahead. And as always, guys, have a fantastic rest of your day and stay legendary.